This semester I completed my observation hours at Mountain View Elementary in a 4th grade class. Now I really liked the way this class was set up because rather than having rows of desks where students faced forward, the classroom had round tables and the students were able to face each other and collaborate with one another. The teacher's desk was located in the front as well as a smartboard, and in the back there was an additional whiteboard as well as a schedule for the day. Now while I was there, I was able to see that every day there was time set out for English language development, although I observed in the mornings from about 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. During this time, the students would have morning meeting and math. During morning meeting, students had the opportunity to share about something that happened to them the day before or over the weekend. This class was made up of about 26 students, and half of them were English language learners. After morning meeting, the students would then begin their math lesson. The teacher would lecture for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then give the students a few math problems to work on with each other. And then they'd come back as a class and go over them. I really liked this method of teaching because I felt it gave students a better understanding, as well as giving all students an additional opportunity to practice their English skills. Well, with the class being as diverse as it was, and having most of the students who were ELL students speak a different language at home, I was very surprised at how fluent everyone was. While everyone was very fluent in the class, there were still some things that I found ELL students to struggle with. It seemed that a struggle was speaking syntactically correct, and then when it came to writing, it seemed that the struggle was with spelling and sentence fluency. For example, during one of the morning meetings that I observed, one student had shared about their weekend. This is what he said. Over the weekend, my aunt bought me a new iTouch. I have like so many iTouch and iPad. Now, while anyone can clearly see and understand what he is saying, he is syntactically incorrect. He is not using the proper form of words. He is using the singular form of the word rather than the plural. The correct way to say this would have been, my aunt bought me a new iTouch over the weekend. I have so many iPads and iTouches. As I continued to observe, I noticed this to be a frequent struggle for ELL students. Another time I ran into this same issue was when I saw that students were working on an art project where they were building something out of triangles. And so I told him, I really like your project. It looks great. He replied with, thank you. We've been working on it for days. Again, while any English speaker can see what he is saying, he is syntactically incorrect. The correct way to say this would have been, thank you, we have been working on them for days. Now, when it came to writing, it seemed that all ELL students struggled with sentence structure, grammar, and spelling. For example, one sentence that I looked at was on Greek and Latin roots. This is what it said. I learned that if I learned Greek and Latin roots, it would help me learn new words. Now, while you can see what he is trying to say, and he's able to get his message across, a better way to say this would have been, I learned that by knowing Greek and Latin roots, I can learn new words. Also, in addition to the sentence fluency of it, the student also had many spelling errors. He learned it 2 different ways. The first time he spelled it L-E-A-R-N-T, and the second time he spelled it L-E-A-R-N-D. Now, while you can see that the student is sounding out his words and trying to spell correctly, he just isn't quite understanding the rules behind past tense words. But overall, I felt that this class was very fluent in the English language. It was surprising to me that they were as fluent as they were because in this school it was uncommon to have a different language spoken at home. It seemed to me, though, that this school is one of the more successful schools at implementing and teaching the English language.